Saturday and I'm on here. Y'all know I come on when I'm in that mood to come on. I'm about to head out, but I said let me do this video first because this is an important video to me because it's something that I seen years ago that happened to this young girl. And I'm gonna tell her story after I say these things. I'm gonna tell her story last. I wanna go out with her because it's very important that I go out with this young lady. Because hearing her story years ago stayed with me. I literally recorded her story of the Ricky Lake show back in 1990, what, 5 or something like that? Or was it was like early 2000? It was something like that. I just remember her being on there and I recorded it. I put the, what's the name in? It was early 2000. I can't say 1995. It was early 2000, sorry. It was early 2000 on the Ricky Lake show. And I remember recording this video and just I wanted it and it just stayed with me all these years and I just was like I gotta bring this to my YouTube channel with you guys tonight. First and foremost, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, God, ancestors, universe. Thank you so much for everything, for everything. Thank you so much. I'm beyond in love with you first and foremost forever. Thank you so much. I always come in like that. Y'all know me by now. Like I said, you got an issue with it, exit left, right, whatever, up, down, exit. Because I'm going to give God the glory and the ancestors and the universe the glory every time. So that's the way that's going to go. Anyway, let me jump right into this topic, though. I wanted to do something about this whole, y'all should know by now when stuff is in the LGBT community, being spoken about, that Toccara is going to bring it to light. Not everything, but certain things. It's another YouTuber right here on this platform. Y'all know her as Easy or Easy and Natalie or just she's big on here, whatever like that. And this is not bashing her. Let me just say that first and foremost. This is never any video I do. If y'all don't get that, I'm not a basher right now. I don't make y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all because Toccara don't ever bring bashing to her platform. I'm just not that type of person, like the type of woman. That's just not what I'm gonna do. So this is not bashing E. This is not bashing the studs that came after E. This is just Tocara's point of view, okay? This is Tocara's point of view from her heart. That's why my channel is literally named Toccara Heart. So I just want to put that out first and foremost. This is no bashing zone ever. On my community, off my community, ever, okay? Hey guys, to the people that's coming in, hello, hello, hello. So there's a skit going around that E did, and she was just saying that if a once again, she's a fellow YouTuber on here. You go look up whatever, like, but she's known. Easy is very known, and she was just basically saying if a guy or if a guy flirts with you as a stud, right? That your face card has to be. You got to take that as a compliment. Your face card is valid. You're beautiful because a guy flirting with you as a stud, a more aggressive woman, sorry, that makes me that your face card is valid and that it's okay to be flirted with by them. You should take that as a compliment. You should never be offended by that, and you shouldn't run them off, and stuff like that was in her skit. So other studs came back. Other studs in our community came back, and the LGBT community came back, and it was so much backlash that she got from that skit. And they were saying everything that she was weird, that she's been doing skits like this for years about men flirting with women. She even had skits about how the men, how to teach men how to get with others, how to get with studs. And they were just like, she's been doing this for so many years. She's been comfortable with men flirting with studs and not seeing the hurt behind that or somebody being uncomfortable with a man flirting with them. As a femme, and I don't suffer every femme out there in the world, but I get it too. I get the men flirting. Like I told you, they want to be in my DMs. They want to, just flirt. A lot of, you get it. You get it. You get it. When you're attractive, you deal with all kind of people coming at you and flirting with you. So I don't get it from the stud's point of view, but I definitely get it from the femme's point of view. Like, sometimes it could be cute and flattering, and sometimes it could be overwhelming. Like, you tell them to stop or you're not interested, and it could be, taken as an ego hit to them in a bad way, and then you become, listen, I'm a New Yorker, okay? And not saying that this just happens in New York, but you walk down the street sometimes, you walk past a construction site or you walk past somewhere and men flirting with you and they with a group of their friends, God forbid, and they flirt with you and you don't speak back or you're not interested, you tell them, hey, I'm not interested, I'm good, that you become every cuss word in the book. You become every derogatory word in the book. You become every, I'm not going to say them words on my channel, but you become every, you know, pornographic thing that you could become. You become every B word, every, you know, W word, you become everything in the book. When they flirt with you and you don't flirt back, you become the worst of the worst person in the world. You're like, and you wonder why I wasn't interested in you and like flirting me to begin with. And not just that, I'm not interested because I'm not interested in men. So you took it as an ego, you know, demiser, but it wasn't even meant to be taken like that. It was me telling you basically I wasn't interested because I'm not interested in men. But I mean, they can't deal with, certain men in this world can't deal with rejection. Okay. And I'm going to get into a story behind that because, like I said, it's a story that I saw years ago. And I'm going to get into that story, but I want to stay here, you know, for the time being. Like, I just want to stay right here with this topic. Let me just say this. And I'm not taking up for anybody or nothing like that. Like I said, I'm not speaking for every lesbian in the world. No, I'm just speaking from Tocara's heart. Tocara's heart. My channel is literally named Tocara's heart. When I speak, it's from me. Just me, not nobody else. On the easy side of things, on her perception side of things, right? If she likes to be flirted with by men and she don't like, and she don't have a problem with it, sorry, and if she's comfortable with that, and they don't take it too far with her, and they never make her feel away behind that, and not just her, other aggressive women and studs, y'all feel like men can flirt with y'all, and that's cool, then that doesn't make them weird. For the people that made videos and called easy weird and all of that, y'all took it too far. Okay, we all have preferences in this world, and it doesn't make us weird. Okay, because once upon a time, and still to this day, they still think being in the LGBT community is weird. Okay, so you gotta watch what you say to people. You gotta watch how you know, respond to things. If you didn't like her video and what she said about men flirting with studs and aggressive women, you could have said, hey, all of us is not like that. All of us don't like that flirting from men. All of us don't like that flirting from the opposite sex. Even as a femme, it gets to me, it could be overwhelming at times. You know what I'm saying? Even dealing with some things on the job that led to sexual harassment. I was definitely sexual harassed on one particular job, you know, a while back or whatever. But so it's a way that you could have broke that down and said that without calling this young lady weird and without disrespecting her or hurting her or making her feel away. She is a part of this community as well. And I know she came back with another skit, what I believe one of her best friends, saying that she doesn't no longer, you know, go under the label as stud anymore, that she's masculine and centered, and that she just, you know, that's her new, I don't know if that was just a skit to be funny, to respond to these studs and what they were saying to her, or if that was real. But either way, you know, that's her choice. If she feels comfortable and other studs and aggressive women feel comfortable with men flirting with them, that's their choice. It's called a preference, okay? And it's okay. It doesn't make her weird. It doesn't make, even if femmes like it, even if trans like it, even if other people like it in the community, bisexual, whoever like to be flirted with by men, it's okay. That's their cup of tea. It's just not your cup of tea, but it's their cup of tea, okay? So don't call them weird, and don't start with the name calling and disrespecting somebody because you don't agree with something that somebody else does. Don't do that. That's the worst thing people do. They don't agree with something in this world and they attack it negatively. And it's like, don't do that. Okay, they think the whole LGBTQ community, IAAI, whatever, is weird, okay? So don't do that. Don't attack her and don't say those things about E. She has a right to be flirted with by men if that's what she wants. Her and other sons want to be flirted with by men, and they think it's a valid, you know, validation from a guy that they think that the guy think that they cute or whatever like that. That's her business, okay? She might need that validation. She might not. I don't know. But to each his own. Don't call her weird. Don't disrespect her in that way. On the other opposite end of that, because, you know, I was going to go the other way. On the studs and the aggressive women that came and did the backlash towards her, I understand their point of view too, okay? When you tell a guy no, some get it. Some guys get it and they back off and they say, okay, she's not interested. I'm good, you know. Other studs have said, I'm dressed just like you. I like what you like. I have said that. As a femme, I have said that to men. I like what you like. I don't want you. I'd rather have your sister or you know, so I don't want you. So I have, and they come off like, well, shoot, you know, I'm a lesbian too, being, you know, joking and stuff like that, whatever. But I understand it from their point of view as well. Like, People take it too far. Men take it too far, okay? The flirting becomes harassment, or the flirting becomes too much, and they don't get that no still means no, and it will forever mean no. When somebody says no, they're not interested on any level, whether it's flirting, sex, whatever. When somebody say no, male, female, black, white, gay, straight, when somebody says no, it means no. Okay, that's still top tier. That still matters in any lifestyle. LGBTQ, straight, whatever, poly, whatever. Okay, that matters in any lifestyle. No means no. Some men can't deal with rejection from studs and femmes in the LGBT community, period. And they will take it a step further. They will harass them. They will curse them out. They will throw drinks at them. They will follow them down blocks. I've been followed down blocks. Honestly, I've been followed down blocks. And I said no and I wasn't interested, and yeah. Okay, so I get it from the stud's point of view. Like, they were saying that just because E likes that, or she doesn't care about that, or maybe her interactions with men was different with the flirting. They flirted with her, but they knew how to excuse themselves afterwards, and they played it off as a joke or whatever. They didn't stress her. They didn't continue the flirting after she said not interested. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that same interactions with guys. They keep going. They keep forcing themselves on them flirting wise, and it gets uncomfortable. It gets extremely uncomfortable, and they have to make a scene. They have to yell. They have to cuss them back out. They have to say, hey, go away. I told you several times I wasn't interested. And like I said, with femmes is way worse. So if you think as aggressive women and stuff, y'all get flirted with by men and it's uncomfortable, for femmes is way worse. They always still say that we don't even look gay. I'm like, I don't even know what looking gay is at this point. I thought, the tats might help, different color hair might help, piercings might help. I don't even know what looking gay is anymore. I don't care about, listen, all I know is I am gay. That's it. I don't even know what it is to look gay. So I don't know. But a lot of femmes don't look quote unquote gay. So we get it worse. I know y'all say y'all get it, but we get it a billion times worse, okay? And we gotta back them up too. So I get it from the stud's point of view too, that says, listen, just because that's what you like, that's not cool with a lot of us. But once again, don't call her weird, or don't call her out. Don't go that far. Don't disrespect people in our community because you don't agree with something that they do. Don't ever do that. Let me say this too, while I'm on this topic of no means no, and why I think a lot of aggressive women and studs are not, open-minded to men flirting with them, even in a joking matter, and why this can be taken too far. If you look back and you type in, you can Google this, you can do whatever you need to do to get this information. I caught the show when it aired years ago. It was this Ricky Lake show that she did. Y'all know everybody, y'all should know about who Ricky Lake is. Google it. But it was this Ricky Lake show that she did on, I believe it was on the LGBT community, on certain topics, or it was just a random show that she did. But this young lady wound up on the show. Is type in Sakia Gunn. Her name is Sakia Gunn. I think it was spelled Sakia, and her last name was Gunn. Okay, Sakia Gunn. Thank you for the compliment on my tattoo. Thank you so much. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for that, honey. Hello, guys. I'm so sorry. I just want to get this topic out. That's why it's fresh in my brain. But hello, all my beautiful, beautiful YouTubers. Thank you for supporting me. I love the support. Thank you so much. But definitely Google Sakia Gunn. Okay, definitely Google that. Once again, it's Sakia, and her last name is Gunn. It's 2 N's at the end of that. Okay, type in that name when you get a chance. Okay, I'm not gonna make this too long, but I'm gonna break her story down. Her cousin was the one that was on the Ricky Lake show telling her story. Her cousin went out. I think Sakia Gunn was 15 years old at the time. Keep that age in mind. She was 15 years old. She was not a woman. She was 15. She was still in high school. Keep that age in mind. Her and her cousin at the time, who I think was a little bit older, maybe 16, 17, I don't know. They went out for a night of partying, having fun. She said they was listening to the Lumi D song that was out a while back, having fun. This is the story that was on Ricky Lake, that I saw on Ricky Lake. She said at the end of the night, they was on their way home from having just a blast that night. A guy approached Sakia Gunn and was trying to flirt with her. She was 15 years old. This was a grown man This girl was 15. 15. She was not 18 and older. She was 15 years old. He approached her to flirt with her, say, how you doing, da, da. She said, I'm not interested. Okay, I'm not interested. I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. I'm not interested. He persisted. He persisted. He persisted to the point where he wound up unaliving this young lady. Okay, at 15. Okay, I'm going to tell you, it was a knife involved. And they went into the amulet after he assaulted her and didn't take no for an answer. He did wind up hurting this girl. She was an amulet. She never made it out the amulet alive. I'm gonna just say that she never made it out the amulet how she went in. Okay, she basically, she basically lost her life in her cousin's hand. Her head was in her cousin's hand on the way to the hospital, and her cousin, when she was on the regulation, she said her head became heavy in her hands, and she knew that her cousin was gone. In the amulet, this happened in the amulet. She knew that her cousin life was gone. Her soul was just gone, and she said this was all because this guy tried to flirt with this 15-year-old. They was coming back from a party, having a great night. Okay? Ambulance or ambulance. Don't try to correct me, okay? Like I said, it's ambulance, all right? Dallas, okay? Ambulance. I know how to say something. Just chill. I'm trying to tell a story. We say ambulance in New York is an accent thing, okay? But I know it's called ambulance. I'm educated over here. Don't try to check me, okay? Don't do that. It's education over here. I know. In New York, we say ambulance. I know it's ambulance. I know how to pronounce words. It's just a sling. Just okay? Chill, relax. Okay, anyway. Anyway, what I'm saying, yeah, like she never made it out the ambulance the same way she went in, okay? But that was her story. And like I said, her cousin came on, the Ricky Lake show to tell her story. Once again, this girl was 15 years old. Okay, she was aggressive. She was considered a stud. She was aggressive. And she told the guy, like I said, no. She said, no, I'm not interested. I'm gay. I like women. And she was 15 years old. This guy was a grown man flirting with her. And this dude literally unalives her because she said no. And this is why I said no still means no to this day. This happened in the early 2000s. I believe so. Like right before Ricky Lake went off the air or something like that for good. This was one of the shows that was aired. This is one of the her latest shows that right before she went off. Like I said, her name is Sakia Gunn. Sakia Gunn, Sakia, and her last name is Gunn. It's 2 N's at the end of her name. Okay, look up her story. This is why, and I said all of that to say this. This is why some aggressives and studs still feel very uncomfortable with men flirting with them. You can tell a guy no and they get it. They walk away, they go away, they leave you alone, they get it. She's not interested for whatever reason, bye. And for those men out there in the world, thank you for understanding that no will forever mean no. Thank you for getting it. The moment that is said, you get it. You don't wait to get it. You don't try to convince it. You just know. When that person says no, it means no. You have these other men that no is just oh, she don't really mean that, or let me just, maybe I came at her wrong, or maybe, and they don't get it. And like I said, their ego get hurt, their ego get crushed, and they have to further prove something. That night, unfortunately, Sakia Gunn ran into a man that he was insecure, and he just could not take no for an answer. And it wound up changing this young lady life forever. Not just her life, her cousin life, who had to come on the Ricky Lake show and tell a story of what happened to her cousin. This woman, like I said, this young lady, was 15 years. She was not a woman. She was 15 years old. She was in high school. I think she was playing ball in high school. I taped this. I told y'all, I taped this. It was so back in the day. I taped this on a VHS video. I remember I was like, oh, I had to run and get a tape because I was like, oh my God. And her story stuck with me all these years later. And I was like, I always think about what her life would have been, whether she would have been in the WNBA, whether, you know what I'm saying, she would have been like real big in the LGBT community, an activist. I always think about what this young lady life could have been if she didn't run into this guy that night and just say no. She had the right to say no. And he didn't allow that because his ego and his insecurity wound up doing something that changed her life and her cousins and her family, her whole family life forever, unfortunately. Okay? That's why some studs and some aggressives are not cool or not okay with men flirting with them, unfortunately. Okay? They scared. They scared, okay? They it's uncomfortable to them. They don't welcome that energy. They don't welcome that flirting because this is how it can end up. Like I said, this girl was in high school. Please understand. She was in high school. Okay? She wasn't even a woman. She wasn't 18 and older. She was in high school. He had no business flirting with her to begin with. Why was you flirting with a high school? Somebody in high school, I'm sorry. Why was you flirting with some I don't care if she didn't have a book bag on and you didn't know. Or why was you even flirting with her and you didn't even know her age? And then you took it so far that you know? And I never forgot that story. I lost the VHS tape that I taped it on because I did a lot of movement like throughout the years. I moved from different states and I lost the tape, but I wish I would have kept. I literally taped it on the VHS tape and I had it for years before I wound up losing it during the movement. But like I said, her name is Sakia Gunn. Look up her story. This is why a lot of aggressive people, women, sorry, and studs do not, like men flirting with them. It can lead to something so, just so much more. Just it could lead to somebody being unalived, unfortunately, because of a no. Because of a no, you know? Be careful out there. Be careful out there and just be smart out there. I told you guys in a video in the past that this other young lady gave a guy her number and just had to block it because she just didn't want to reject him because she was scared of what he might do. The stuff that women have to do to say no or to not be hurt with the no is insane to me in this world that we live in. No means no. And it still means no. Don't think because the years and the generations and involvement of the people on this planet that somehow no don't mean no anymore. No still means no. It will forever mean no. Okay? That is not your cue to keep going when somebody says they're not interested. So, but see, that's why I'm saying that's why a lot of probably aggressives and stud had so much backlash at E and just came at her like that because they probably saw that story or they heard of thousands of more stories like that when a femme or a stud or somebody in our community did say no to the guy that just was not stabled or had mental issues or ego issues, insecurity issues or whatever, and it changed their life forever, unfortunately. Okay? So I get it. I understand it. Trust me. I get it from both sides. Okay? So big shout out to E, she's a beautiful person. I think that I have never met her, but she seems like she's a cool person, great spirit, and stuff like that. Even big shout out to the other TikTokers that had they, reply videos. But next time, like I said, don't do it negatively. Do it, never hurt our community. Even if you have an opinion. You saw how I just did this whole video and nobody was hurt. Nobody was offended. Nobody was called weird and I still got my point across. There's a way of getting your point across without being negative. Trust me, I do it. Okay? And nobody hurts. Nobody on either side for that perception is hurt, Easy side is her side is good. The other studs, their side is cool and good as well. You like what you like, she like what she like, we all like what we all like, okay? Nobody is weird. It's a perception at the end of the day. But just know that, people can get hurt when the wrong person is rejected. Somebody unfortunately could be hurt. in this woman, in this young lady's story is the outcome of that, unfortunately. Okay, I'm about to get out of here though. I gotta go to the movies to see this bomb movie we want to see. But like I said, you guys stay safe out there. Like I said, for the women that like being flirted with men in the LGBT community, big shout out to y'all. For the women that's not cool with that, trust me, I understand y'all. Big shout out to y'all as well. Nobody is different. Nobody is weird. It's a preference, and respect that, you know. To each his own, okay? But as I always say at the end of my videos, peace from a nerd. Later, guys. Bye. Yeah.